Welcome to the Patriot Parent Workshop. This first workshop is a parent education workshop that helps you navigate virtual learning through your student's lens. We have a few learning targets for today. The first is an understanding between synchronous versus asynchronous learning, increased knowledge of our Heritage High School website, LaunchPad/ClassLink, Infinite Campus, Microsoft Teams, It's Learning, the OneNote class notebook. Before we begin to dive into all those elements that help us create a strong digital learning experience for our students, I wanted to break down how our schedule is here at Heritage and throughout the Rockdale County School District for high school. We begin with an 8:30 class. Each class is 70 minutes. A1 ends at 9:40. Students will then have a 10-minute break between classes and begin their next class at 9:50. Each student is allowed a 1-hour lunch break here between 11 and 12, and then they finish off their last two classes after lunch here, and they will have an opportunity at the end of the day, as you can see there, from 2:30 to 3:05 to engage in student check-ins and small group learning with whatever teacher that they like. Now here, these are not required for students to join, but it is strongly suggested if a student is struggling or they want clarification or they missed a test, that they contact that teacher via email and set up a time to come and join that student check-in from 2:30 to 3:05. That is available for all students as a remediation and an enrichment option here. On Fridays, we have instructional focus. So on Fridays, students are able, again, to reach out to their teachers and get some extra support or some extra enrichment to make sure that they are following along in the course appropriately and putting 100% effort into making their best grades in the class. So what is synchronous versus asynchronous learning? Synchronous learning happens in real time. This is where the teacher is giving direct instruction and students are able to have conversation and have their questions answered immediately. Asynchronous learning is learning that can happen at any time and anywhere. So with asynchronous learning, these are possibly assignments and videos that a teacher will assign so that students can have an opportunity to independently work. Some examples of synchronous learning activities. Again, that is the personalized instruction. This is a time for us to build in our classroom a positive learning environment, facilitating conversations among students, interacting between teacher and student here. This is also where the biggest opportunity is, where students are able to get a real-time feedback for their work in progress here. And how do we do that? With Microsoft Teams. Each morning, students are required to log into their It's Learning, and I'm going to go over It's Learning in just a second. They're required to log into It's Learning and click there the link to join the class. And students are joining class in real time using the Microsoft app called Teams. This is an app where teachers take attendance. Students are able to raise their hands digitally and ask questions. There are conversations that happen in the chat among students. So it's a really exciting part of building that community here in our classrooms. Asynchronous learning looks like students reading their books and taking notes on their own. Watching video-based instructions. A lot of the times you may hear students talking about Edpuzzle and PlayPosit. Those are apps in our ClassLink management, in our ClassLink site, and those apps allow teachers to assign videos to watch and have students answer questions about videos. So just pretty much checking that comprehension there. Students are able to practice and review, engage in online discussions. I know as a math teacher that this would be assignments like Delta Math, teachers assigning Delta Math as a practice site for concepts taught in class during that synchronous time. I mentioned before LaunchPad / ClassLink. So LaunchPad is a cloud of apps that are mainly used by teachers and students. So this is where where we house all of our most used apps. And the great thing about LaunchPad is that it also includes ClassLink, which makes it's a single login for each of these apps here. So when a student is looking for, I think you can see right here, Play Pause It, one of those assignments that a teacher may give, they would just go straight into Play Pause It here, and then they would be able to see that assignment pop up there. So this is where we house Infinite Campus, any type of where we test like SchoolNet, as well as any type of textbook resources can also be found here. The biggie that we find on our LaunchPad is It's Learning. So It's Learning is where all your students' courses are at. Basically, this is a spot where each of these sections here corresponds to one of your child's classes that they take. You might see a duplicate, but it's not really a duplicate. If the course number ends with an A, that stands for the fall semester. And if you see a course number that ends in B, that stands for the spring semester. So they'll have two separate. They might have the same class, but it shows an A and a B. But this is our learning management system. This is where we as teachers place assignments for students to complete, announcements. This is also where students should be going to join the class. There's a link on each of these for your child to join the class at the appropriate time. This is probably where teachers are going to have their tutoring hours or their tutoring link. In this case, their tutoring link available. Remember that 2:30 to 3:05. So I know this looks a little different since I am a teacher. Mine just shows the classes I teach and the courses I'm a part of. But as you can see, there's an analytic geometry here for me. So if your child is in 10th grade and they're taking analytic geometry, they would have a course that says analytic geometry. This is also where students would upload assignments as well. So if a teacher gives an assignment on It's Learning or a task on It's Learning, there's discussion posts on It's Learning, tests and quizzes can be given through It's Learning. This is where your child would have to submit those assignments and assessments. Another tool in our toolbox is called OneNote. So OneNote is the OneNote class notebook is a notebook like how it used to be when you had to buy 5 notebooks from Walmart, one for math and one for science and social studies, and they had all these papers everywhere. So this is a digital version of that. Students are allowed to, some teachers do implement a OneNote notebook. I am one of those teachers. As you can see, here is my B2. This is the class up here, B2 Analytic Geometry. In this notebook, I'm allowed to, instead of printing out papers and sending them to students or printing or uploading them to It's Learning, my students can actually have a digital notebook in which they can write directly on this sheet, this printed digital sheet, as if it was a piece of paper. This allows teachers to review work in real time, since this is an app that does not need the internet in order to work. So this app, as long as it's updated and it has synced, it does not need it doesn't need Wi-Fi for your child to follow along with the notes here. So that's why I love OneNote. As you can see, if I have scratched out a student's names here, but I want you to notice they have files in here or folders. And all I have to do is drop a page into their folder and boom, it is there for them to work on. This saves in real time as long as you are connected to Wi-Fi. So for instance, if you are knocked off of Wi-Fi and you have worked on this all day, all you have to do is just once it does reconnect to Wi-Fi, it will sync and it will save. Next is our HHS website. Sorry about that. Next is our HHS website. So our Heritage website, I highly suggest going on it if you are planning to have a parent-teacher conference, or if you want to speak to a counselor, you must go through the directory up there at that top. You go to the directory and you contact Miss Laura Bohannon. She will schedule a virtual parent-teacher conference for you. Also, this is where students pay dues for their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior dues here. This also houses any type of pertinent information that's coming out. Maybe there's an issue with technology. You'll see the announcement made on here. Speaking of announcements, staying in the know with your teachers. So our district has created a remind accounts for all teachers in the county, and the best way for you to be a part of that is to ensure you have downloaded the Remind app. It is very important that you download the Remind app so that you can stay in contact with teachers, but also because make sure when you are downloading the Remind app that you use the information or the email that is linked to Infinite Campus. So that is because when you don't use the link, the same email that you used on Infinite Campus, you will not see your students' classes populate on the Remind app. So it is very important that you go ahead and ensure and make sure your Infinite Campus information is updated with the appropriate emails and phone numbers. You can download the Remind app on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, Android and iPhone capable. Then we have Infinite Campus. Again, you can go straight from the Heritage website and create an account with Infinite Campus. This allows you to stay very informed about your students' grades and how they're performing in each of the classes. You also are able to download the Infinite Campus Campus Portal app. That way you can get text message reminders when a teacher has put in grades for your child. Just a little bit more about some extra tools to make digital learning, maximize and optimize digital learning here. My suggestions would be purchasing some headphones for your student, as it can eliminate any background noise and they can really tune into their synchronous learning time. If a teacher utilizes OneNote, I would suggest some stylus pens. Those can be bought in bulk. I think I've had plenty of students get them from dollar stores. The traditional paper and pencil here would work fine. I know I mentioned a cell phone caddy so that your child could put away their cell phone as they are, so they can eliminate those distractions and just have it away from them as they are trying to, really understand what the lesson. And a calendar or an agenda. One of the main issues that I've seen is students keeping on track, and that time management piece is one of the most important pieces here. Keeping them organized and ensuring that they are completing assignments on time is important. So my tips for parents. 1, encourage your child to participate by raising their hand in class, answering questions in the chat, unmuting themselves to answer questions in the chat. It's important that we are together in this. Reducing distractions, using those 10 minutes for their brain breaks, also time management, and reaching out for support. Your teachers are waiting to hear from you. Last but not least, these are the apps that we would use if you have any tech issues. I appreciate your time. Thank you, parents.